Welcome to Book Obsession. I'm Ashley Gunn. Today's book reviews will be over books 2, 3, and 4 of the Treading Water series. I already did a book review of book 1, and this will contain spoilers, so start with that one. Read that one before you move on to this one. Before we get started with the rest of the book reviews, I wanted to take a quick second and discuss a little bit more about the characters and what impressed me from book 1, now that I won't spoil things for you guys. And mainly that is the characters. So specifically, like I talked about before, how Jack is always trying to balance what's right between Andy and Claire. But I have to say, it was incredible that when Claire did wake up, he decided that his marriage was important and he was going to give up his children and this life with Andy to fulfill his obligations to Claire. I know that that's not, what happened at the end of the book, but at the same time, that just says what kind of man he was. And then Andy, by far, I think Andy was probably my favorite. She was just an incredible mother, stepmother, wife. And some of my favorite scenes of the book were when Claire did wake up and Andy removed herself from the situation. Even though she was heavily pregnant, she didn't want to give Jack ultimatums or put him in a difficult situation. So she just packed up and left and stayed at the hotel and allowed her son to keep his relationship with Jack going and continue to see Jack's children when Kate came and wanted to play the music at the hotel, for her to keep an open mind and to still love her. It shows the type of character that they are and the fact that they were in this really difficult situation but always tried to do what was right. And then my least favorite character is going to be Claire. That is because, first of all, I didn't really love the fact that she decided to stay in front of that moving car. I know she felt like her family was in danger. She was going through a lot. Obviously, she was going through a lot. It's not my place to judge. But I think that the reason she's my least favorite is actually because when she wakes up, I personally felt like she seemed resentful towards the fact that she missed time with her children and Jack, and that Jack had moved on. And she just seemed like a little ball of anger for a while. It bothers me because I felt like when she stood in front of that car, she made a choice. Best case scenario, she's in a coma for a little while and wakes up. Worst case scenario, she's dead. The impact that has on Jack and her children, the pain that caused, I don't feel like she had the right to be as angry as she was. Maybe that's just because I am a little angry at her for making that decision, and I don't know, it felt selfish. That's my opinion. Her children went through so much because of that choice. It's difficult to get over. Alright, so I do want to move on with the rest of the book reviews. Book 2 is going to be Claire's story, and this is going to be her resuming life after her coma. Her relationships with Jack, her parents, her kids have all changed since the coma. And also, Claire's in a unique situation where for the last several years her children have grown up. Her marriage is no longer intact. Her parents have aged. Now she has to figure out what she wants with life, and she has to reestablish those relationships and what her role is going to be in the family again. It's an interesting idea to think about what you would do if you just missed 3 years of your life and wake up and you have to start all over again. I think that it was amazing that Marie decided to write this book, because instead of just having Jack and Andy moving on with their lives, Claire is going to move on with her life and establish new relationships and everything like that. It was really wonderful to see. The final 2 books are going to be Kate's story. The last time we talked to her was when she went off to Nashville to become a singer, and her books are going to be separated. The first book will be her trying to be discovered, and the second book will be years later. Now she's famous and she's unfulfilled and trying to figure out what happened in her life. The thing I find most interesting about Kate's books are that her first book, she's going to start dating her father's friend that she stays with. Obviously, he's a lot older. It causes a lot of problems. And for the most part, it's brushed off as her being young and dumb. And then the second book is her realizing that, yeah, she was young, but that doesn't make her dumb. Now she's unfulfilled and she's trying to fix it. It's a really interesting twist on fame, following your dreams, and trusting your instincts. Marie Force wrote a brilliant series. The Treading Water series has been an absolute joy to read. If you have any questions or comments, go and put that down in the comment section below. If you like this review, go and like it. And if you like my reviews every Tuesdays and Thursdays, subscribe. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you again soon.